Are you looking for a folding power chair that encompasses style, speed, and comfort? We might have the right unit for you here. Hey, I'm Alex with Marc's Mobility, and in this video we're going to do a video demonstration on the Golden Ally Pro. This is the GP304 Ally Pro. They do make a smaller Ally version as well, so I do want to mention this is the Ally Pro. Before I get started as well, if you would scroll to the bottom of this video, you'll see in the description a link to this product so that you can look and see if there's any other accessories or other color options for this particular unit. Now, to go ahead and get started on the Ally Pro, this unit is a 330-pound weight capacity unit that is going to go up to 5 miles an hour. Now, there are going to be two different color options as well. What you're going to see here is the teal color, and then they're also going to have a white option as well for this particular unit. Once again, there is the Ally, but this is the Ally Pro. So they are not the same unit. This is the bigger brother of the Ally. You're still going to have a lot of the amazing folding capabilities, but they are going to have quite a few enhancements on this over their smaller version. So a couple things that I would start to mention right off the bat that initially that I saw that was really piqued my interest is they have omni-directional wheels here in the front. So if you're not familiar with omni-directional wheels, it's the type of wheel that does not really create a lot of friction. You'll see when I drive later that a lot of other units are going to have caster wheels in the front that are going to have to rotate when you turn, but due to this amazing design, these do not move when you are driving the unit. So you don't have to worry about getting your foot caught in the between the footplate and the front caster wheel as you might on some other units. In the front, these are 10 inches, and in the rear, they actually have 10-inch pneumatic air tires as well in the back. Now, the Ally Pro does come with a 12-amp lithium battery pack that is going to be fully approved for all types of transportation. That's going to get you up to 13 miles of total distance of drive range. So 13 miles is the maximum total distance, but it is an airline-approved battery. I think it came in somewhere at 288 watt-hours, so anything under that 300 threshold is approved for airline travel. Now, what makes this unit pretty awesome as well is due to the size of the unit, you are going to have a 37-inch turning radius, which is pretty good for a rear-wheel driven chair. So now I want to go ahead and talk about the overall distance in between the arms and kind of the armrest style. So like I said, these armrests are very unique looking. There's this more brown color. Most everything you see is black on the market. So this does make it look, I mean, it's not real leather on here, but it does make it look like it's a leather type armrest. So that does going to add some style to the unit. Now, they have thought about adjustability on many different things on this unit. And one of the cool things that I saw here on this was also the distance in between the armrests. This is adjustable. So if you actually flip this armrest up, underneath here you have a set screw in the front and in the rear. And if you loosen this up, you're able to either slide your armrest in or slide your armrest out. So when it originally came to us, I don't think the armrests were all the way slid out, and I was a little bit confused on where they were getting the 20 inches in between the arms. But if you do slide your armrest all the way out, you can have approximately 20 inches in between the armrests. Now, that's not going to change anything on the overall seat size of the cushion, but just overall usable space for somebody up to 330 pounds would definitely want those armrests slid out to the side. The cushion that you're actually going to sit on is going to be a 17-inch by, depending on where you want to measure. If you measure the actual cushion, you're about 16 inches in depth. If you were to measure how most people would measure depth from where your spine hits the backrest to the front, then you're at a 17 by 17. So I could go with a 17 by 17, but the cushion is actually 17 wide by 16 inches deep. The cushion, once again, just sits on Velcro, so if you did want to put a different type of cushion on here, you could. You could remove this and put whatever desired cushion particular that you want on the unit. It does have a different way of a different joystick type knob. This is does fit very comfortably in your hand as well, so I will give them that. When they did design these units, it is a little bit more futuristic looking. We'll show you an overlay as well on the joystick, because this thing does kind of talk to you when you're going in different directions, but it is going to show you what speed profile, what percentage of battery charge, and obviously your miles per hour on here as well. In the back of the unit as well, which we'll show you this in a picture overlay, you do have a really nice storage compartment. So back here, you would be able to put your charger and other types of things. It is kind of like a hard shell type case that is standard and does come mounted on the unit. It is not something that is removable, so it's not like an actual backpack you would take on and off. But if you're driving around, you want to put things on the back of the unit, you can put them in that hard case storage. And then for extra storage, for lighter weight things, a lot of these companies will list in here what the weight is. They do here as well, 11 pounds. So you don't want to put something too heavy in there, but you do have extra storage here underneath the seat. When they came out with the Ally Pro 2, they wanted to put a little bit more comfort to the unit. So you actually do have shocks here in the front on both sides of the wheel. And what we saw that we thought was pretty cool as well is they do have a couple settings for height adjustment on the footplate, and then also depth adjustment. As you flip the footplate up, I noticed that they have these knobs underneath here. And I noticed that if you can extend that footplate out a few extra inches to give you more leg room. So that is really cool. I basically gained 2.5 inches roughly that you're able to adjust that footplate out. I believe that was the max. Yep, about 2.5 inches is what you can gain. So somebody that's a little bit longer legs, that is going to be important. I do want to reference that I'm 6 foot tall, so when I do drive this around later on in the video, you'll kind of be able to get a reference of what I look like sitting in this unit. Now on the armrest over here as well, up top, you are going to have your USB, and then I think you have your C. You're going to have two different adapters up here to charge one of your phones. And then underneath here, if you hold this for about a second or two, you have to just hold your finger. I think some of the older ones you just tapped, but on this one, you do just kind of hold your fingers, a little bit of a delay, and then you can get a light that comes on. Hold your fingers again for 1 or 2 seconds, and the light will turn off. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, I'm going to show you something else that we noticed on the Ally Pro. Over here as well, you do have these knobs that you can pull out and twist. And when they're in that position, then you can adjust the backrest to your desired recline. So you can be up at this angle or back here. I would guess that's probably 110 degree. That's probably closer to 90, 95 degree. So you do have some different adjustments. All you would do is when you're at the desired place you want to leave it at, you twist those back in, and now you're locked back in at that desired recline angle. Once again, pull these out, twist these to the side, go back up to your normal seated position, and now it is locked back in there as well. Now in the back of the unit, your battery pack is located right here in the middle. You do have these lights that are pretty cool. And then down here you have your red levers. So these red levers are what's going to disengage your motors. So it's actually, this one actually talks to you, but you can actually disengage the electromagnetic brakes, and you can put it in freewheel to push it around. Now do remember, these always do need to be up in that locked position to be able to drive the unit. While I'm back here in the back of the unit, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this unit does break apart. And from there, I am going to first take out the rear battery. So I do want to take some weight off of this unit. I believe it's 69.5 pounds without the battery. I think the battery is somewhere in that 5 to 6 pound range. So I am going to do what most people would do, is remove the battery first, because it's just going to help you with weight. You're going to have these two little tabs over here that you're going to twist, and then you're going to push these two levers outwards, and then your battery slides off. So this is what your battery looks like. You do have a charging port right here on your battery as well. So if you want to leave this inside your vehicle and just bring your battery inside, you can do that and charge it directly through the battery. Otherwise, if you have it in the unit, you do have a charging port up here underneath the arm as well that you can charge this right here. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold this unit. This is always one I do want to mention that you do want to be a little bit more careful. You do have 2 points that you can push in. There is one on both sides, but it does you only have to do one. You don't have to press both because they are connected together. But once you press one of these levers here by the seat, you can begin to fold the backrest down forward, and this unit will then go down almost into like a turtle shell looking type fold. So now this is what you look like when you're down in the folded position. Now you are still going to be here without the battery, 69.5 pounds. So, but in this folded position, I do like to give people what the dimensions are so they can kind of see if this would fit inside their vehicle. Now, I bumped the armrest out, so that looks like the armrest and the wheels are pretty much going to be at the same widest point. outside of armrest or outside of wheels, you're looking about just a hair over 24 inches. You're looking 24¼ inches, under 24½ for sure, of overall width. The height of the unit is also going to determine, it's going to be probably right here at the footplate or the backpack. Now the footplate is extended up, so I'm just going to give you worst case scenario dimensions. You're going to be a little bit under 18 inches in height. And then overall length of the unit in this folded position is going to be about 30 inches. So that's what you're going to need to be able to fit this in a vehicle. So I do feel confident this would fit in the back of almost any car, definitely any SUV. So many different places if you are traveling with this. You want to take Ubers and Lyfts and things like that. Do remember it is 69½ pounds. So if you're having somebody assist you on the unit, that is a little bit heavy still. So now from here, to unfold the unit, you do have this lever back here. If you press that, that would disengage, and then you just rock the unit back forward. Lastly, you would take your battery pack, slide this back in, snap your tabs, and then twist your little locks on each side, and that would physically hold it in place. So once again, this is the Golden Ally Pro. I'm going to go ahead outside now and drive it around so you can kind of see what I look like and see those omnidirectional wheels. So follow us out there. So this is the Golden Ally Pro. The first thing that I wanted to show you guys is you're able to control this with a remote, with an app. You're able to do everything right from here. What's really, really cool about this is you are able to actually go park this in the corner of the room, turn it back on with your app, and then actually call it back to you. So a lot of people have asked that in the past. Is there something I can go park away from the couch and then bring it back to me at a later date? This is something you're able to do that. Now it is going to reduce your speed. You're only going to max it out on the third profile. So for that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to disconnect here from the app because I do want to drive it through here because it does go 5 miles an hour. So I want to show you that, but that's very cool to have that feature to be able to drive it through an app and also be able to park it and call it back to you. We kept talking about these omnidirectional wheels, so you can see as I drive it around how when they turn, they're not going to rotate around like other wheels would in a 360 degree that could potentially pinch your feet. It is the omnidirectional tires. Now I will go over here in the grass a little bit, but omnidirectional tires don't typically grip well in the grass just because they don't have a lot of real friction with the surface that they're on. But it is cool. This unit does go 5 miles an hour. Like I said, let me go over here and let me just see. So you can just see when you're there, it's really going to be primarily a hard top surface. Now I guess if you weren't just trying to go directly left or right in the grass, that would be better in making more looping type motions. But to sit there and try to turn it at 90 degrees, it kind of struggles in the grass, not due to power, but more due to the omnidirectional type wheels. But if you're looking for something that is comfortable, that is going to have that extending foot plate, like what I have, once again, reference, I'm 6 foot tall, about 220 pounds. Kind of see what I look like sitting in here with that 20 inches in between the armrests. Once again, if you're looking for something like this, give us a call.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.